you a lawyer?
Sir, I'm the executor and beneficiary for the estate of Jessica Lee Collins.
Okay, are you a lawyer?
I don't know what the term lawyer denotes.
Your Honor, let me help you out here. Ms. Collins has called the State's Attorney's Office. I've had conversations with Mr. de Blasio. I believe she might be a sovereign citizen, quote unquote. And I think you may be speaking to Jessica Lee Collins, is my belief, although she often doesn't give me her name.
Well, you wish to discharge Mr. de Blasio?
Sir, yes, I do. Have already discharged Mr. de Blasio on April 24th.
And you've written him to tell him his services are no longer necessary, or you no longer desirable?
That's correct.
You understand attorneys are specially trained to help people in defending against criminal charges.
I believe that's assumed to be the case.
You understand that?
I believe that's assumed to be the case.
You understand an attorney can help you in preparing for trial.
I believe that's assumed to be the case. However,
And you understand an attorney can help you and has skill in cross-examining witnesses. You understand that?
I don't understand the proceedings as they're being presented to me.
Understand if the state calls a witness, the attorney can be of assistance to you in cross-examining that witness and asking any questions of state's witnesses. You understand that?
I do not understand. I would have to do a lot of research to understand these issues that you're presenting.
Okay, do you understand an attorney is helpful to you at trial?
Sir, that's not my experience thus far. That's why I required Anthony de Blasio to withdraw himself from these proceedings.
You understand if you represent yourself, you would be expected to comply with all relevant rules of evidence procedure, even if you don't understand them.
Sir, I don't believe I can represent myself, but I am here to defend the living woman, Jessica Lee Collins.
Well, you understand if you discharge Mr. de Blasio and a case is called and you do not have an attorney, the case could proceed to trial even though you're not represented by an attorney.
Sir, I don't understand that. That is one of the issues that I wish to raise. If you allow me, I can continue to read what I have written that I would like to have entered onto record.
Well, can you read and understand the English language?
Sir, I read common English. I do not understand legalese.
Your Honor, could I interject myself? I hate to do this to Mr. de Blasio. Before you excuse Mr. de Blasio from representation, I would suggest that a competency hearing may be in order with this lady. I've received probably a dozen calls from her, and I have doubts as to her competency.
Well, I would object to that. I will not undergo any type of competency evaluations. Is that Mr. Long?
It is.
He's become belligerent with me, hung up the phone on me, refused to answer very simple questions about the jurisdiction.
Well, he can't talk to you because you have another attorney. It's unethical for him to talk to you while you're represented by another attorney.
Sir,
As long as you're represented by Mr. de Blasio, and Mr. de Blasio is going to represent you until I decide he's not going to represent you, it violates the rules of professional ethics for Mr. Long to talk to him. So do not call Mr. Long.
Sir.
Let's put on the record, Your Honor, that when she has called the office here, she's tried to speak to multiple people, including the State's Attorney Joseph Cole. She doesn't give her name, and only about after the 7th call did I figure out who she was, and obviously I told her she had to go through Mr. de Blasio with regard to this matter.
Well,
may I address the court, Your Honor? I appreciate it.
Mr. de Blasio, yes.
So, Your Honor, I am in a position now closed and has in my motion that I filed well in advance of today. And I've provided her with the notice that she has the right and opportunity to hire or obtain any other attorney that could potentially include applying for the public defender. Your Honor, there is literally no way that I can ethically proceed in any outcome that I obtain on her behalf if I were forced to stay in the case would be immediately appealable by her based on the communications that she's made to me. So there would be zero benefit to the court, to Ms. Collins, to the state, or to myself in moving forward with me continuing one more second of representation in this matter.
First things first, Mr. de Blasio, I will, because you, as an officer of the court, have affirmatively represented that it would be unethical for you to represent the defendant. I trust your representation in that regard and will grant your motion to discharge or grant your motion to withdraw your appearance. And since the defendant, Jessica Leigh Collins, has told me repeatedly she does not understand my questions, I'm going to order an evaluation.
Sir, I object. I object. I object. I will not undergo any evaluations. I have not stated that I do not understand your direction. I have made it clear that I would need to do additional research that does not call into question my competency. You've asked me if I was a lawyer. I would need to determine what the definition of...
You're not. So I'm going to order a competency evaluation.
I object. There will be no mental evaluations of my competency. Well, I'm going to continue to read onto the record the statements that I have prepared. Mr. de Blasio.
I do not want to hear about your guilt or innocence or anything to do with the substance of this case at this point. That's not why we're here.
The reason that we're here is to establish the jurisdiction and my standing in this court as a living woman and not a fictional corporate entity called Jessica Leigh Collins, spelled in all capital letters. Mr. de Blasio filed for the jury trial prayer with the alleged defendant. However, I reassessed and wished to settle this matter in pretrial negotiation to reach an amicable agreement based on the following. There were numerous inquiries.
I don't want to hear about any negotiation.
There must be a negotiation for pretrial settlement.
Do not talk to me about negotiation. That may be prejudicial to your case.
You have to unmute me.
So, that's it for today.
No, I need to correct the record. Mr. Long has stated that I refuse to give my name. That is untrue.
All right, you may be...
Mr. Long has made a false statement that I have... Mr. Long has made a false statement that I have... Mr. Long, you can't keep muting me. You can't make me be a participant in a trial that you will not listen to me.